Hey guys, HCGChica. I am just here for a check-in. I know most of the time we're mostly interested in hearing how people are doing on P2, on the very low calorie part of the diet. But I think as more and more people do HCG and get to lower and lower weights, more and more of us are getting interested in life after P2. So anyway, so I just wanted to share a few things that have been going on with me. They're good things in regards to being off of HCG for, it's actually 107 days now since my last round ended. So, another week and a half and it'll be 4 months. So I actually do have another round in my future. But I just wanted to talk a little bit today about how things are going right now. So anyway, so today, as I said, is a day 107 since the end of my last round. I'm 132.6, and what's kind of neat about this is that my LDW is 122.8, so I'm almost exactly 10 pounds over LDW. And I've had a goal during this whole time, which was not to stay at the same weight, but to build muscle. However, I didn't want to, gain a bunch of fat with it or anything like that. Right out of P2, I did have trouble stabilizing in that first month. As strict as I was with my sugars and starches, I was still having some gains. And I quickly went from 30 pounds of fat to 33 pounds of fat right in that first month. And then I even got up to 34 pounds of fat because I track my body fat. So, but what I'm pleased to say is that I have been maintaining basically about 33 pounds of fat on my body, regardless of my actual weight. But I've been maintaining 33 pounds of fat now for for basically almost 3 months. So I'm really very happy about that because, as I said, I'm at least 10 pounds up. I am consistently between 132 and 133 now. I mean, even 133.4. So I'm anywhere between 132 and a little under 134. So it's kind of exciting because I'm between 10 and 12 pounds over LDW, but I've been doing some things to gain muscle, and I've maintained my fat loss basically within 3 pounds. And once I kind of figured out how to work with my body a little better, I've maintained that fat loss. So, so the rest of that's muscle, and glycogen stores and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about that. And what else is kind of neat is that even though my inches are slightly bigger than my LDW, it's really not by much. Because so much of it's actually muscle, and then there was the 3 pounds extra fat also that I'm carrying. That will disappear on my next round plus more. So, but what's neat is that my clothes still fit great. All my 4s, I'm still in a 4, even though I'm 10 pounds higher than when I got into a 4. So, and that's because of what I've been doing and the training that I've been doing. So I'm really excited about that. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that I had to reduce my thyroid medication over a month ago now. It's probably actually like 5 or 6 weeks now, maybe 5 weeks. And I've been on the same dose for 2 years, and I needed that dose, and it was pretty high. And I think it affected my how much food I ate. I wanted to eat a lot all the time. And even though I did pretty good maintaining after my first round, I still tended to eat a lot. And even after this third round, I was having trouble stabilizing because I just found that I ate a lot, even if it was good food. But ever since I dropped my dose, and I've been doing the CrossFit more often, at least like 4 times a week, my appetite has changed. And this is very new for me. And at least one of the things that has contributed to this entire thing that's gotten me to the point that I'm at right now is HCG. So that's why I want to talk about it, because some of these changes are gradual, or you might not even be expecting that might happen later, but you just never know. But my appetite has changed. I've been eating far less than I used to eat. I don't think about food all day anymore. And it's just weird. I'm not obsessed with food. I do eat it, but I'm not. It's weird. It's just weird. I can go several hours without eating, no problem. I haven't actually fasted. For those of you who watched my other vlogs, I started out doing the Eat Stop Eat protocol that Brad Pilon put out as a way to stabilize after the end of round 3, after that first month of kind of seeing my weight keep going up, and I started doing that, and that worked great. However, it was interfering with my strength gains. So I actually have not done a fast at all since the 21st of February. So it's been a couple weeks now. It's been over 2 weeks. Over 2 weeks since I've done a fast. And the neat thing is I've still been maintaining my fat, my pounds of fat. Same. Actually, it's even dropping. It's been dropping this week because I'm just not as hungry, and I really think that has a lot to do with being able to reduce my thyroid medication. And I think my body is really starting to adapt now to the exercise routine, because when I first started it, and as you guys know, I was, when you first start a new exercise thing, first of all, I felt really out of shape, and I got very sore, and I wanted to eat more. It made me more hungry and more tired. However, as I've gone on, it's only been since the end of December that I started it, so really only about 2.5 months. I feel totally different now. My body feels strong. I am like jumping in leaps and bounds as to strength and ability right now. I don't have that weakness that I used to feel in my legs, doing some of the simplest things like getting up off the ground from sitting on the floor. And yeah, so that's been going on, and also my appetite's just changed. I no longer feel like I need to eat a lot. And I've just been eating less, and I'm not even thinking about it. It's just what's happening. If I wanted to eat, I would be eating. But as it is, I haven't really been snacking as much, because usually I would just kind of constantly snack throughout the day. So I just wanted to share that. You never know what will happen when you start down a certain road, and HCG has definitely done a lot for me and for my body. And it wasn't the only part of the puzzle, but it was the starting point that was important to get me to a place where I could do some other things. So I'm very happy with that, and I just wanted to give encouragement to some of you others out there, not to view HCG as the beginning and end of your journey of your body and your health. View it as the beginning, and as you get to a new place, figure out what the next thing is that you need to be doing for your body. I think our bodies are meant for motion. We're not really meant to be stagnant. It feels good to have goals, right? So if you feel like you get to the end or close to the end of your HCG journey, as far as, losing a certain amount of weight and your body is starting to look good to you, or whatever the case may be, it might be time to start thinking about a new goal for your body and for your wellness and your health. Some of the things I'm experiencing were not necessarily expected, but they're happening as a result of pursuing something a little further, not just stopping with HCG and then just trying to stay where I'm at. I found something new that I wanted to do that's just making me much more whole. My body feels so much healthier, both from HCG and also now from the CrossFit. And I literally have not felt this good or this strong since I was about 17. So I'm almost 31 now. I'll be 31 next month. I haven't felt this good since I was 17. So about 14 years. And you know, I felt pretty good in my late teens too, and my, you know, my very early 20s before I developed a chronic illness, but not like this. I feel fantastic. HCG is what gave me the strength to give up gluten for the first time for a long enough period that I found out I really was allergic to it and it was causing inflammation in my body. I had tried before to eliminate gluten, but I would only last like 2 or 3 weeks and I'd have all these cravings and there kind of was like no reward. And I didn't notice that I felt much better, so then I'd kind of go back to it and I didn't notice any side effects, so I was like, well, whatever, it's not a problem for me and it's not helping to get rid of it. But, you know, doing HCG, I ended up having to be off of gluten for, you know, the full length of the round, which is 6 weeks, and then at least 3 weeks of P3, right? So that's like 9 weeks. And that's closing in on 3 months, which is the amount of time they say to remove it for so that your gut can heal before trying to reintroduce it and seeing how your body reacts. So when I finally did reintroduce it, my intestines felt like they were on fire. It was excruciating. So basically it's been over a year now since I've had a habit of eating gluten. I've only had gluten probably a total of 4 times in the last year. One was that time when I tried it after my first round 3 months later. And then a few more times back in July when I wasn't doing too well and I just was kind of like, whatever, I don't care. But I paid for it. Boy, it was excruciating. And then I was like, okay, never mind. I better stick to not having it. So I haven't had any at all since, you know, July, maybe like September. So, so that's another thing that HCG kind of put me on the road to that I wasn't really necessarily planning on doing, but that has affected my health in a wonderful way. I think I've reduced the inflammation in my body so much now from all the different things that that's why I have been able to reduce my thyroid medication. And I'm not talking just like 10%, guys. I was on 87.5 micrograms of T3, and I take now between 25 and 37.5 micrograms max. 37.5 is the max in a day I'll take. That's less than half. If I take 25, that's like 70% less than I was taking. That's pretty big. And as we know, you know, medications can be very useful for certain things that our bodies, you know, isn't producing or isn't doing well with. However, nothing's going to replace our own body's natural making of different substances, right? It's not going to be quite the same. So for a while, being on that high dose, it did give me my life back. I did feel a lot better. However, getting my body to the point where it can do its job a lot better so that I can take a more minimal amount now, I have reaped some benefits from that, one of which is not needing to eat so much, which will make it easier to maintain my weight. It affects my mental health because I don't feel troubled by, you know, man, why do I need to eat so much? Why do I want to eat so much? Why do I think about food so much? I'm not having that now. I'm feeling so much more in control of my life, my body, and my, you know, my habits. So anyway, I didn't mean for this to get so long, but I just wanted to share just that there can be some really positive outcomes from HCG that are not necessarily just weight related. And you got to look for those things and kind of pick out the next thing that you're going to kind of pursue to create your whole body wellness, you know? Because that, I think, is what's going to bring more satisfaction in the long run, you know? So, anyway, that's what's going on with me. I have been planning on doing my 4th round in April, just a short round this time, my first time doing a short round. Um, it's possible I'm going to delay it. I'm not sure. I'm just feeling so good. And my body is changing significantly right now, in a good way without being on it. And I kind of want to ride this train, you know, for a while, because nothing lasts forever, of course. Sometimes things can happen and throw things off. So I'm not sure at the moment. But anyway, just want to share that. And thanks to everyone who um, has used my customer ID number to buy HCG on escrowrefills.com. You can still do that. I'll probably put the CID number below here, because I get a credit and you get a credit if you've never ordered from them before. You can use my CID number and you get $30 off of your first order. So that's kind of exciting. I had actually thought that it didn't get to be applied until like a future order, but in fact, when you log in with my CID number, you will get $30 off of that very first order, which is nice because the shipping is like $24.99, so it kind of makes the shipping free in a way. So anyway, thanks a lot, because I get a benefit too, and you guys do, and yeah, so I appreciate it. And I'm totally willing to answer any questions that any of you guys have. Kind of, that's my way to show my appreciation for you guys using my CID number. Many of you have personal messaged me, as I had asked you to do, for the number, and then had some different, injection or HCG related questions, and I'm totally happy to answer those for you, because I know it's like a sea of information out there, and it can be hard to know who to trust, first of all, and then what to do. So, so if I can help, clarify anything, I'm happy to do that. By no means do I know everything about HCG, but I've done 3 rounds now. I've spent over a year, probably closing in on a year and a half now, actually researching the diet, and I've been a part of the YouTube community for a while. I've watched, probably thousands of vlogs by now. So anyway, I'm happy to share what I know. All right, you guys, it was nice checking in, and I hope you're all doing well. Take care.